So Kanye West just reinvented himself for, what, the 47th time? Last week, he's a minimalist fashion Yoda. This week, he's a masked rap supervillain. And next week, don't be surprised if he launches a line of Yeezy-branded hovercrafts. But here's what nobody's talking about. The psychology behind why Kanye keeps changing like an iPhone wallpaper is actually kind of terrifying. Let's face it, Kanye is the only guy who can drop a gospel album, run for president, and pick a Twitter fight with a household appliance, all before brunch. But the real contradiction? For a guy who named an album Yeezus, he spends an awful lot of time searching for a new identity. Have you ever noticed this? The more someone tries to prove they're a genius, the more likely they are to show up in a ski mask talking about Balenciaga. It's like a superhero origin story, if the superpower was rebranding. And here's the kicker. You probably have a friend just like this. You know, the one who's a vegan on Monday, a crypto trader on Wednesday, and by Friday they're Reiki healing your goldfish. It's not just Kanye. Reinvention is everywhere. But Kanye does it with the budget of a small country and the subtlety of a marching band at a chess tournament. Let's break down the dark psychology behind Kanye's reinventions and why that actually matters for all of us. Buckle up because we're about to decode some Yeezy-level mind games. Pattern 1. The identity chameleon effect. Have you ever seen someone change their entire personality the moment they walk into a new room? Kanye does that, but with global audiences. Remember his college dropout era? The preppy polos, the underdog energy? He was basically your high school valedictorian who just happened to crash the talent show. Then bam, graduation drops, and suddenly he's dazzling us in shutter shades, rapping about spaceships. Next thing you know, he's growing a beard in Wyoming and making gospel music like he's Moses with a synth. The psychology here, it's called self-concept fluidity. Research shows some people have a more malleable sense of self. They adapt, reinvent, even shapeshift, depending on the crowd, the goal, or just because it's Thursday. For Kanye, it's not just about expressing himself. It's about escaping the trap of being predictable. The punchline? If you keep changing the game, nobody can ever say you lost it. And if you're thinking, okay, but I dyed my hair once, does that count? Yes, it absolutely does. The next time you delete your entire Instagram history and relaunch as a wellness influencer, just know you're pulling a baby Kanye. But here's where it gets really interesting. Pattern 2, the shock value survival mechanism. Kanye never met a headline he didn't like. Remember when he interrupted Taylor Swift at the VMAs? Or when he declared slavery was a choice in that infamous interview? It's almost like he has a Google alert set for most controversial opinion today. The psychology at play, negative attention is still attention. There's a concept called optimal distinctiveness, the drive to stand out, but not so much that you're exiled. Kanye rides that line like he's doing tricks at a skate park. When the spotlight fades, he doesn't dim the light. He sets off fireworks. Funny thing, we all do this, in miniature. Who hasn't thrown out a wild opinion at dinner just to see who bites? Or worn something ridiculous to make people talk? If you've ever said, I just like to stir the pot, congratulations. You're Kanye with fewer paparazzi. And you'd think that's the wildest part, but oh no. Pattern 3, the grandiosity pendulum. 1 minute Kanye is saying he's the greatest artist God ever created. The next he's telling us he feels misunderstood and vulnerable. Watch enough interviews and it's like emotional pinball. Bam! Huge ego, ding! Self-doubt, zing! I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Also, please like my new album. What's going on here? This is a classic case of self-esteem oscillation. Psychologists call this state self-esteem. It goes up, it goes down, sometimes within the same red carpet interview. Often, the higher the public high, the deeper the private low. Grandiosity isn't always confidence. Sometimes it's armor. Here's the kicker for all of us. Ever posted a thirst trap after a bad day? Or bragged about your Wordle score after burning your dinner? That's your own grandiosity pendulum. Don't worry, you're in good company, or at least interesting company. If you're starting to see these patterns everywhere now, I actually put together a full guide that breaks down all of these psychological tricks step by step. It's in the description if you want to go way deeper on this. Trust me, once you learn to spot these, you'll never look at a family reunion the same way again. Now this pattern, this is the one that explains everything. Pattern 4, the prodigal son complex. Kanye's whole career is a boomerang. He gets close to the edge, controversy, breakdown, even public exile, then makes a dramatic return. He apologizes, he reinvents. He drops a new album about redemption. It's a cycle. It's like he read the hero's journey and thought, you know what this needs? More plot twists and better sneakers. Psychologically, this looks a lot like the prodigal son effect. People who push boundaries, leave the fold, then come back seeking acceptance or forgiveness. It's classic drama triangle. Victim, villain, hero, all in one. For Kanye, it's never just about what he does. It's about the return, the comeback, the I told you so. Ever ghosted a group chat, then came back with, sorry, just finding myself? Or quit a job in a blaze of glory only to ask for your LinkedIn endorsement later? Congratulations, you too have walked the prodigal path. Okay, but this next one is going to personally attack about 90% of you watching this. Pattern 5, the fame addiction feedback loop. Kanye's relationship with fame is like a rom-com you can't turn off, dramatic, messy, and somehow still running after all these years. He loves it. He hates it. He runs from it. He chases it. Sound familiar? That's not just celebrity. That's intermittent reinforcement, baby. Psychologists know that inconsistent rewards are the most addictive. It's like slot machines or TikTok likes. You never know when you'll hit the jackpot. For Kanye, every public reinvention is another pull of the lever. Maybe this time, the world will love him just right. And don't act like you're immune. If you've ever checked your phone 87 times a day for that one notification, you know exactly how this feels. Fame is just attention with a bigger budget. But wait, because there's one more. Pattern 6, the artistic deflection field. Have you noticed how Kanye always frames his most controversial moves as art? Whenever people push back, whether it's a weird fashion show or a Twitter rant, he pivots. It's performance. It's creativity. You just don't get it. Psychologically, this is a defense mechanism called intellectualization, turning messy emotions into lofty art speak so you never have to actually apologize. It's like emotional Teflon. For Kanye, art isn't just expression, it's a shield. And let's be honest, you've used this too. Ever justified a questionable decision with, it's just my process? Or called your messy room organized chaos? Welcome to the artistic deflection field. We have cookies and a lot of unfinished projects. So what ties all these patterns together? On the psychology spectrum, Kanye's reinventions look a lot like defense mechanisms on steroids. It's part narcissism spectrum, not clinical, just the public patterns, a dash of attachment drama, and a heaping scoop of identity fluidity. It's the human brain's answer to, how do I stay safe and stay interesting? Except most of us settle for a new haircut, not a new cultural movement. If you think about it, Kanye's psyche is like a psychological Swiss Army knife. Identity shifting, controversy catching, ego inflating, and artistic dodging, all in one. It's exhausting to watch, but kind of mesmerizing. Like a circus, but all the clowns are the same guy in different hats. And the lesson for the rest of us? Reinvention isn't bad. It's how humans adapt. But when you're constantly running from one identity to the next, you're not just escaping boredom. Sometimes you're hiding from yourself, or, just auditioning for your own reality show. Look, if you actually want to get better at reading people, not just celebrities, but everyone around you, I put together a complete guide called the Human Behavior Code. It breaks down every pattern, every signal, every trick we talked about today, plus a ton more. It's all in the description below. Less manipulation, more opportunity, money, and better relationships. And even if you just want to keep watching free videos, hit subscribe. I drop new psychology breakdowns every week. Which pattern surprised you the most? Let me know below.